Hello, it's Kevin here again. Time for another one of our recently reported IELTS essays. So first things first, copyright, fair use, you know the score. Okay. So as you may or may not know, in association with IELTS 9 Pro, we've been looking at these recently reported essay questions and topics. This is number 10 now of our new series, 101 introductions. So I'm going to show you my sample essay and talk about it, and then I'm going to look at 5 of our members' introductions. This is from our group on Telegram, IELTS 9 Pro. Link below if you're watching on YouTube. I'll just make this a little bit larger. Okay, so this was an interesting one. Ecotourism often involves visiting remote and fragile ecosystems, which raises concern about the impact on local cultures and indigenous communities. Two-part question: what problems can this cause? How can they be solved? So some good vocab that you can use when you're talking about this. So you've got stuff like native communities, indigenous communities. I mean, I've used quite a few specific things here. So you've got like distant regions, environmentally vulnerable ecosystems, local cultures, native communities, stuff like species extinction, cultural impoverishment, delicate ecosystems, biodegradation. What else have we got that you can use specifically? What else? The detrimental impact, sensitive biodiverse areas. So there's quite a lot of so here, environmental degradation and cultural displacement, pristine locales. So there's a good opportunity for this one because of the topic to get some good vocabulary in. Anyway, you'll see as we continue. So I answer kind of question 1. I say has the potential to negatively impact, and then I talk about what that is. How can it be solved? International laws and awareness campaign. So our introduction. A recent trend of ecotourism, where tourists visit distant regions and environmentally vulnerable ecosystems, has a potential to negatively impact local cultures and native communities. In my view, however, international laws and awareness campaigns could be a solution to mitigate such damage. Okay, so I've essentially answered. So the concerns part, I say, well, the problems are negative, and then I explain in the rest of the essay. Now, I have to say, this essay was pretty tricky. You know, this is not a topic that I've spent a lot of time on. Ecotourism and environmental issues. But if you look at it, out of the maybe 20 common topics and themes, the environment is usually number 1 now. Education is usually second. So it's well worth doing some research on environmental issues. Anyway, several issues arising: species extinction, cultural impoverishment. I talk about too many humans in particular areas, and this is actually a real example. I won't read it all out, you can read it yourself. So several issues, specifically species extinction. I'm talking about this, about how tourists going to places where they shouldn't be disorientates sea turtles. So this is actually a real example which I found from my research. Cultural impoverishment. Apparently some indigenous people get kicked out of their ancestral homes so they can build ecotourism developments. Again, you know, an actual example. So this illustrates the importance of research. You know, you have to have something that you can use for these kind of topics. If I hadn't researched these, I wouldn't really know what to say about ecotourism. I have no idea. Anyway, that's how that one works. Paragraph 3, how can that be solved? Well, that was relatively straightforward. Strict laws and proper enforcement. This is actually true too. United Nations has been talking about this for some years now, and I say, that I hope this will be enacted into law in the very near future. And I was talking about how governments could educate their people not to go to these places or to be aware of the danger or harm that they could cause in these areas. So the whole thing was only 301 words. I'll just put it so you can pause it and you can read the whole thing if you can get it all on. Have a look. You should, yeah, it's a bit small, but you can pause it, you can take a picture, and you can read it. Okay? So, let's have a look at our 5 introduction now. One of my students was asking me, why do you just do introductions? Well, 1, because I haven't got the time to look at complete essays. And 2, every good essay starts with a good introduction. And I can usually tell by how people write and paraphrase their introductions what their writing is going to be like in general, because based on long years of experience. And that's because, and also, as I say, I don't have the time really to be analysing 5 complete essays and correcting every single word. If you pay me for it, then I'll do it. But otherwise, I don't have the time. Now, you don't need this kind of general statement, right? It doesn't mention that in the rubric. I would avoid this. I know some teachers say, put a general sentence, the ecosystem is the most important thing, blah, blah, blah. You don't need it, right? If you look, as I keep saying, at people like IELTS, Simon, Liz, Advantage, they don't do that. You don't need it. All you need to do is sentence 1, restate the topic, sentence 2, answer the question. That's it. Just keep it simple. So, this isn't too bad. Lack of or knowledge and deem an influential solution. Now, right, so the paraphrasing, as I keep saying every single video, a lot of it does not work. What exactly is an influential solution? Deem an influential solution. What does that actually mean? If you're constantly trying to paraphrase and you're using expressions and phrases that a native reader would find unnatural, you're not going to get more marks from the examiner. You're going to get less. Where does it say that? So-called. It doesn't say it's environmentally friendly either. It just says ecotourism. And then you have this, can be considered as a worried issue. You mean a concern. So again, paraphrasing, because the actual question raises concerns. Right? It's a concern. Can be considered a worried issue. How can an issue be worried in itself? And then, empty sentence. In this essay, I will answer the question, well, yeah, as I keep saying every time, every week, empty sentence. Don't do it. It's a waste of words. It tells me nothing. Okay, that's not too bad, actually. Not bad. Didn't change anything there. Sometimes, far away from, okay, and then you've got this empty sentence again. Alright? Now, who is arguing? What's the argument? It doesn't say that. And then you've got an empty phrase. But there are solutions to this matter. Again, what does that tell us? If you look at mine, right, I tell you, in my view, international laws and awareness campaigns could be a solution. Okay, so that works better than saying there's some solutions and maybe I'll tell you. You know, what does that even mean? So try to avoid these empty sentences. Right, they're pointless. Don't do it. Simply sentence 1. Right, restate the topic. Sentence 2, answer the question. That's it. Pretty straightforward. And then the usual structure, right? Topic sentence, explain, example, connect it back up to the topic. 4 sentences. Now there's more here because there's several issues here. So I talk about 2. But even so, the whole essay is only 300 words, 301 words, even though I have 2 illustrations in each of the body paragraphs. So you don't need hundreds and hundreds of words. You should aim for 300 or less in the 40 minutes that you have. Okay, so I'll just leave this here once again. I'll pause it, you can read it, and I hope that helps. So next video coming in a minute or 2, we're looking at is it handwriting? Fewer people handwriting? Let me have a look. I'm not quite sure. Oh, no, sorry. Right. This is coming next. Fixed amount of their income. That's it. So that's coming next. We'll do that. So hope this particular one helps out. And I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye for now.